to positive snaps, and soon.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Jackson to throw. That is incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
On the return is Jones. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Now is 2nd and 10.
11.
Burrow will throw. Rolling to his right. And they're going to be settled down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Charlie Jones, a 15-yard touchdown ground. And the Bengals are pouring it on. I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
Now Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
From the gun, Jackson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because...
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Jackson on first down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Joseph Osai able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Here's Jackson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. This is fielded at the 27. Muscles him off. Jones breaking from the contact. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
61 yards.
And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. McPherson now for the extra point.
And oh, it's blocked. And now the Ravens get it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. B.J. Hill picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals, JD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And deep in his own territory, coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Jackson options out left, and holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was what...
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd.
A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Bengals take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Jackson.
Flushed it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. Jones on the return. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense.
And we get a peek at the kind of game he's having. It's been a good game. 8 catches now, Charles.
Everyone likes to spread the ball around. They want a lot of people to catch it and touch it, get a lot of guys involved. But sometimes when you have the hot hand or a person who's just really taking care of business in their part of the field, you have to keep going back to him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase.
And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown.
Jamar Chase,
57 yards.
and the Bengals extend their lead yet again. McPherson on for the point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return is Duvernay, taking it about the 1.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Yo, 13.
They go play action now. Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders. He had 3 of those sacks last week en route to being the AFC Defensive Player of the Week 1 right there. How do you block him now?
That's the question you think that they'd be able to answer. After having 3 the week before, you would make all the necessary adjustments in practice, but he's such an imposing force, he knows how to get to the quarterback anyway.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Taking on the midfield logo. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. And he is just 1 reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game like this, you're trying to vary what you're doing, trying to change things up, hoping to fool him occasionally. If not fool him, fool the quarterback so that maybe he doesn't read the coverage correctly.
He's got a man, complete. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, 43 yards. And the Bengals are on their way to a 2-0 start. Well, when coaches come in, and we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass.
11.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow being chased out left. Looking deep here for Chase. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Jamar Chase, 43 yards. And the Bengals continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the 4th quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Now Jackson on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to...
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. And McPherson on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On second down, Jackson. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going up.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now Jackson on second down. Flush to his right. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 3rd down and 13. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. A solid chunk of 11 yards there on the keeper. But 4th down now. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense.
He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
1st down. Here's Burrow. Fighting to stay upright. Looking deep here for Chase. This is caught at the 20. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Over the middle to Beckham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Throwing is Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's able to break out a 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach, plenty to say about this game.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Hey, support.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Now it's Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews.
And the Ravens are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
3rd and goal, Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Tucker with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
On the return is Jones from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
We paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the 4th, Charles, it's really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result. This is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow, escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Bengals.
Jamar Chase,
65 yards.
and the Bengals just continue to roll.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now Jackson. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On third down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Here's Jones. Spinning away. Jones breaking from the contact. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part,
well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, 46 yards.
And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
and it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
To throw is Jackson. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TV.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Ravens ready to take over. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Jackson now. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built up the efforts of this defense.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Burrow will throw. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 30 yards.
No let-up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold-up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bengals are pouring it on. McPherson now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally...
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Joseph Osai. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers.
Jackson's pass complete to Zay Flowers. It's a gain of 8.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Jones on the return.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
The Bengals set to take over. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
This is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and, of course, a special player.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
12.
First and 10 at the 36.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow flushed out right. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Here we go.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. On the return is Jones. Nifty move. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's good for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Throwing now. Burrow on 1st down. Flush to his right. Jamar Chase. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But not much
much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
One last shot for Jackson.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Cincinnati, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week.
Brother used to hide 100, the hatchback partner used to bust a toast.